1, 2, 3, 4.
Firing across Reef, which is part of the Spratly Islands in the South China Sea. Currently,
in the skies above shifting battlefields, the fight for dominance is no longer just about raw speed or firepower. It's about precision, adaptability, and affordability. Welcome to the age of smart warfare, where next-gen multi-role fighters are rewriting the rules of aerial supremacy. For decades, superpowers have flexed their muscle through billion-dollar jets. But now, there's a new player challenging the game, the JF-17 Thunder. Born from collaboration, built for versatility, and designed for nations that want cutting-edge capability without draining their defense budgets. This isn't just a fighter. It's a symbol of a new military doctrine, power through pragmatism. But the story doesn't end there. As the world teeters on the edge of drone swarms, AI-driven warfare, and hypersonic missiles, the real question is, where do we go from here? And how do platforms like the JF-17 fit into the next phase of global power projection? Buckle up. We're about to dive into the thrilling evolution of modern air power and why the future might belong not to the most expensive jet, but to the smartest one. Now, let's lift the hood and see what makes the JF-17 more than just a budget jet. At its core, the Thunder packs a serious bite. The latest Block 3 variant? It's a game changer. Equipped with an AESA radar, the same tech found in 5th-gen fighters, it gives pilots a massive edge in detecting, tracking, and neutralizing threats. Add to that a glass cockpit, upgraded avionics, and an advanced electronic warfare suite, and you've got a machine that punches far above its weight. And weapons? The JF-17 doesn't hold back. From precision-guided bombs to air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles, this jet is ready to handle multiple roles: strike, intercept, and support, all in one sortie. Think of it as a Swiss Army knife of the skies. But the real twist? Affordability with attitude. That's why countries like Nigeria, Myanmar, and Argentina have lined up to bring the Thunder into their fleets. For smaller nations, it offers a rare balance: modern air power without the geopolitical strings or the financial strain of Western or Russian jets. And with stealthier design elements, reduced radar cross-section, and network-centric warfare capabilities, the JF-17 Block 3 isn't just catching up, it's leapfrogging. So while the big powers flex F-35s and Su-57s, the JF-17 is carving out a unique path, quietly arming nations with a fighter that's fast, flexible, and fiercely independent. Now let's talk about competition, because the skies are crowded and the JF-17 isn't flying alone. Put it next to the F-16 Fighting Falcon, the legendary Mirage 2000, or Sweden's agile Gripen, and you might think the Thunder is outgunned. But here's the twist: it was never trying to be them. It's playing a different game entirely. While Western fighters are sleek, high-performance machines, they come with one massive catch: cost. Buying an F-16 today? You're shelling out upwards of $60 to $70 million per unit before maintenance, upgrades, or spare parts. Gripen? Cheaper, yes, but still expensive for most developing nations. And the Mirage 2000. Iconic, but aging fast and difficult to modernize. That's where the JF-17 strikes gold. It costs roughly a third of what its Western rivals do, but it's not just about the price tag, it's about simplicity. Easier to fly, maintain, and upgrade, the Thunder is made for air forces that want independence without sacrificing capability. And then there's customization. Pakistan, as a key developer and operator, tailors each block based on mission needs. Do you want electronic warfare? Done. Do you want air-to-ground focus? You got it. This isn't a one-size-fits-all jet. It's modular air power at its finest. So while the big names offer prestige, the JF-17 offers practical dominance. It's not trying to outshine the West, it's outsmarting it. Behind every fighter jet, there's more than just metal and electronics. There's strategy, alliances, and a whole lot of power politics. And the JF-17? It's not just a jet, it's a statement. At the heart of it lies the Pakistan-China Defense Partnership, one of the most significant military collaborations of the 21st century. Together, they've created a fighter that not only challenges traditional arms markets, but also reshapes regional dynamics. It's not just about air superiority anymore, it's about influence. In South Asia, where tensions are always one spark away from ignition, the JF-17 gives Pakistan a powerful tool to counterbalance India's fleet of Rafales and Sukhois. And as India looks west, strengthening ties with the US and France, Pakistan is doubling down on its eastern ally, China. The Thunder is the visible proof of that alliance, and it's rattling more than a few cages. Now shift your lens to Africa. Here, where many nations have long depended on Western hand-me-downs or outdated Soviet hardware, the JF-17 enters as a modern, affordable, and politically neutral option. It's a chance for smaller nations to level the playing field without picking a side in the great power rivalry. And speaking of rivalries, the US is watching. Hard. Washington is increasingly wary of how the JF-17 is expanding China's soft power, jet by jet, deal by deal. It's not just about selling planes anymore, it's about selling influence. Every JF-17 exported means more Chinese tech in foreign skies, more Pakistani collaboration on global runways, and less room for traditional Western dominance. So, the next time you see a JF-17 fly by, don't just see a jet. See a geopolitical shift. Quiet, steady, and climbing. So where does the sky lead next? The JF-17 may be today's symbol of affordable, strategic air power, but the next wave is already on the horizon. Enter the FC-31, Checkmate, and India's upcoming AMCA, stealthy next-gen fighters with the speed, radar invisibility, and multi-role capabilities to redefine air combat. These platforms aren't just racing for performance, they're racing for relevance in a world where warfare is changing by the minute. But here's the curveball. It may not be pilots who win the next dogfight. The rise of drone warfare and manned-unmanned teaming is flipping the entire air power script. Imagine a fighter jet leading a squadron of loyal drones, scouting, jamming, striking, all coordinated through AI. This isn't sci-fi anymore. It's a fast-becoming doctrine. And that brings us to the final frontier, AI-assisted aerial combat. Machine learning, predictive targeting, and autonomous decision-making are about to become as vital as thrust and maneuverability. The skies will no longer just test the pilot's skill, but the machine's intelligence. In the middle of all this evolution, the JF-17 stands as a symbol, not just of military capability, but of a world where defense power is no longer monopolized by the elite few. We're witnessing the democratization of air power, where nations once sidelined in the global arms race can now fly with pride, with purpose, and with precision. But make no mistake, as access expands, so do the stakes. The battlefield of tomorrow won't just be about who has the most jets. It'll be about who adapts fastest, who thinks smarter, and who controls the sky not just with force, but with vision. And in that future, the JF-17 may just be the first chapter in a very different story of global power.